We're clear yesterday that we would love to be in a position to immediately release the findings of that report. I think it's in the public interest, and as we've all seen, there's a lot of public scrutiny here. I'm not able to speak to the contents of the report given those privacy implications and the fact that we're working through the law to consult with all named parties. And I guess I'd just make the clear point that if Darlene is interested in disputing the facts of this finding of that report, then she can give her consent to its release and we can have this debate in the public arena. Myself and Marama have been really straight up about the fact that all of this report, this independent expert investigation, could have been entirely curtailed. It would not have been needed had Darlene Tana been upfront with us from the get-go. We have really clear, really robust evidential findings that her behaviour doesn't only stand up to what our expectations are of a Green MP, but of members of Parliament entirely. We're currently not talking about the content of that report. So were we in a position to do so, or rather we could be in a position to do so, were all parties named in that report to give their consent as soon as possible, and we've gone out to all of them as of yesterday morning. I would hope that Darlene would do the honourable thing. But at the end of the day, I can also tell you that I have and am privileged to sit among some of the most hard-working, values-driven people that sit in our Green Party caucus. So we've also had to make this really difficult decision to have this unanimous request for her to resign from Parliament. But those MPs fight tooth and nail every single day, both out there in the streets and in the halls of power, for a better country. And that's what we want to continue to put our focus and our energy into. I've been really straight up about the fact that I feel betrayed, to be honest with you. It doesn't help for there to be a tit-for-tat back and forth in the mainstream media, least of all when the planet is on fire, when we have the highest rates of wealth inequality that we've seen in record. We've got a biodiversity crisis and a housing crisis. Let's talk about those things.
Remember Kere Kere? She walked off from the Greens and stayed there all the way to the last election. They didn't do a thing. This is about proportionality. When the public vote in an election, they vote for a party vote, and that proportion of the votes is the number of MPs they have. This is being upset again by Tana, who has seen $42,000 of taxpayers' money being spent on her case. No accountability to the public here from the Greens at all. She's been away from Parliament for 100 days, no accountability there at all. And now they're sitting there with sort of multi-vowel word sandwiches, so to speak, waving their hands and saying how it's ruining their kaupapa, whatever that might mean in the Green Party's case. In short, it's irresponsible in the extreme. How can our country go forward? How can there be accountability when people show that level of incompetence in the management of people? But in this case, you've got allegations that people who were workers were seriously mistreated. Now let's find out what the truth is right here, right now.